All right, guys, you are in for a treat. I've got Mr. Johan Paco right here.
Hi, everybody.
Ta-da! Johan is awesome. He is an expat from France that actually is my son's swim instructor. So today I want to get his story directly from him so you guys can kind of learn what a typical expat journey is like, especially someone who has started their own business. So, Johan, man, when did you first come to Panama?
I came first like almost 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just arrived from France directly.
Okay.
I never came in Panama before, in South America before.
Okay.
So it was my first experience.
One-way ticket.
One-way ticket.
Good man. Good man.
Without knowing about the climate, about the weather, about temperature, about people, about the language. So I was just arrived at the airport the first evening, and the door opened, document. Said, wow, it's warm.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Okay.
So it was incredible experience.
Oh man, and that was 4 years ago. So
yeah.
I thought one of the coolest things, maybe we'll hopefully get to this. Why did you choose Panama?
I chose Panama because I was first I was tired by Europe.
Yeah.
I was tired by France. I wanted to do something else in my life. I'm swimming teacher since 20 years in France, and I wanted to do another experience. So I said, okay, maybe I could, because I like to speak other language. I said, okay, maybe I can help people, or I can teach people somewhere else in the world.
Sure.
With my skills.
Yeah.
To do my experience with people.
Exactly.
And I said, okay, let's go in another place in a world very far from Europe. And I didn't know South America. And I said, okay, let's go to South America. Okay, which country? Wow, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, or Costa Rica, I don't know. So I just feel Panama was good because the weather, but not so hot, and the dollar and the economy and people, and the last thing's incredible. I just watch on Google Earth.
Google Earth,
And I watch on Google Earth, and it said, oh, swimming pool, every edificio. And I said, I can go there.
I love that.
I love going to go there. But when I arrived, I knew nobody. I just arrived with my bag at the airport, and during 3 days, I was in a hostel, and I rented an apartment after. But I knew nobody, no activity, nothing, just nothing.
So the deciding factor was looking at Google Earth and zooming around all the city and seeing all these different swimming pools and saying, there's a market.
Yeah, there's a market.
I love it.
It's possible. Yeah. It's possible.
Absolutely. So 4 years later, how you doing?
It was not easy because just for the language, just for the marketing, I'm not a marketing guy. I'm just a swimming coach.
Sure.
So you have to learn a lot of things about how to sell your business, how you sell your product, how you sell yourself.
Yeah.
And it was very, very, very difficult. But it's amazing journey. It's amazing things to do. I mean, it's good for knowing yourself. But it was not hard because at the beginning, during maybe 2, 3, 4 days, sometimes I was talking with nobody because I knew nobody. But step by step, day after day, I meet some people, friend people, local people. I coach the water polo Panamanian team also, so it was a big fun with people are very kind.
How did that come about? So you said you coached the water polo team.
No, I don't coach. I help them. In fact, I was a coach. I coach the practice. I was the coach at the practice. So I just give a look on the internet and I say, oh, I'm French. I was coaching water polo in France a lot, so I can help you. Oh yeah, I can come. And they can see how I was, my skills, my capacity of leading. Yeah?
Sure.
And so I did it during 1-2 years. And
were you speaking English or Spanish there?
Spanish. But Spanish was incredible because the vocabulary about practice.
Yeah.
I didn't know so much.
Okay.
When you're talking, it's okay, but like something about the arms, the legs, something in Spanish I didn't know. So it was a way for me to learn.
Huh.
But when you are in the emotion of the practice, sometimes your words
start yelling at him in French.
Yeah, and the guys in the water was laughing.
Yeah.
Nicely, but laughing because I said something and I said other things, but it was fun, and the people are very nice.
Panamanians are cool.
Very, very
Panamanians
nice.
are open.
The kids, the people over there was very, 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 very nice.
Yeah.
The level was not so good.
The what?
The level.
The level.
The level was not good, but people was nice.
Okay.
Very nice. So it was a good moment for me.
So what, if you were to look back 5 years ago, when you were still in France, what would you do differently to maybe prepare for your trip to Panama to make it more successful or just different? Maybe the answer is nothing.
I think nothing.
My man.
I think nothing.
Because it's gone great, right?
Yeah, because you have to learn here.
Yeah.
How you can prepare that.
Right.
It's crazy.
You don't
just
know
have to
what
get
you
the
don't know.
bags. You can prepare about maybe marketing, about something like that, maybe to talk with the organizations, maybe to prepare about more about your legalizations, regulations, something like that. To have your papers, to talk about lawyers, to talk with people like that, more official people.
Sure.
And looking for information faster.
Yeah.
Faster,
Instead of getting here and be like, well, I got to do this. Yeah.
So maybe faster in the administrations.
Okay. Did you get here during the pandemic?
No.
Okay. Right afterwards?
No. Yeah, just arrived at the end of the pandemic.
Lucky guy.
Yeah, it was not so fun. Even at the end, it was not. It was not so fun at all.
Yeah.
But just arrived at the end, so it was okay.
Okay.
It was okay.
Cool. And how are you seeing things now? Where are you living?
I'm living in San Francisco.
Okay.
I'm living in San Francisco, and I give some class to people who can call me. On my Instagram or website. So they call me and say, okay, can you come in my edificio, in my building to do some classes? And I go there and that's it.
So you do individual classes and group classes?
I'm doing individual, but I would like to do group.
Okay.
I would like to do groups like adult groups.
Groups, it's amazing.
Groups.
Okay.
Adult groups, it's amazing. It's really, very interesting.
Okay. Why?
It's because they're talking together.
Yeah.
They can observe each other.
Supporting each other.
And for me, it's very good dynamic.
Okay.
And I love really to do classes with adults.
Yeah.
Because you can explain what you're doing.
Right.
Why you're doing that.
Versus my 1-year-old.
Yeah.
Who just wants to get
to
thrown in the air.
Yeah, with adults you can explain and you can feel how it will change.
Yeah.
You can feel the first step, second step, third step, and you can observe that and you can talk with him about that and you take conscious of that.
Yeah.
You take conscious and you can explain.
And it feels so good too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like teaching is one of the most noble professions because, especially in your case where you're teaching someone a skill that they will have for their life. It's like you're literally making their life better. So, yeah, I think that's so awesome.
There is a lot of people scared with the water.
Yeah.
And I think in Panama it's incredible because there is 2 incredible oceans.
Yeah.
And people think they're scared about the water and it's going to be all their life. No.
Yeah, it's like you open up the potential.
It's just technical. Just you can work on that. And maybe in 1 hour, 2 hours working together, your life can change. Suddenly going to the beach and you will not stay just on the sands. Maybe you can go in the water, you can have fun with your child, you can have fun with your friends. And maybe just because we did 1-2 hours of classes and things can change just because 1 or 2 hours. And I think for that, you have to try it. You have to get the motivation and say, okay, let's try it. Let's do it. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, maybe it doesn't work. But maybe it will work. And if it works, you will learn a lot for all the rest of your life.
Absolutely. No.
And I think it's very interesting to try.
Yep.
And not to say, no, definitely I cannot. Definitely I cannot. Yeah, you can.
You can.
You can do that.
And you give them new confidence and just sort of a new outlook. I love it. Well,
I try.
Johan, thank you for sharing your story, brother.
Thank you,
and
Thank
absolutely.
You, see you soon?
Yeah,
See you soon?
for sure.
With you, baby.
Thanks for
See
watching.
you. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah.